Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me here at BMGI LLC. I am Black Moon, and this is the BlackMoon Butterfly Effect. I'll be doing the September surrender reading. I think I'm going to start doing, hold on, I think I'm going to start doing monthly surrender readings as well. So just stay tuned for those. I think it's good to know what we need to let go of for the next month. I know I do a mini version of that when I do the monthlies, but this is a more in-depth look at what we need to let go of as a collective for the month of September and what we can expect in return if we do the work, okay? So I want to thank you guys all for coming and joining me. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning and a fan favorite, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great holiday weekend, a safe and blessed one. Okay, so I'm going to get into the prayer. I already smudged and everything, but I will do it again just so that you guys are smudged with me. If you want to see the pre-broadcasting footage, join me on IG at Black Moon Goddess Intuition. In the prayer. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of our mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Unite the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminates the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. And so it is. I love that prayer. It's so beautiful. No, I don't want that to fall over. God, Source, Spirit, my angels, my ancestors, my guides, my orishas, all of those spirits and deities that are here, ascended masters, to assist me and guide me. Please connect with me so that I may understand the message that is given and I can relay it properly so that they can understand it and I can understand it. Please give me a message for September 2024 for the collective, for their greatest and highest good, greatest and highest personal growth and spiritual development. What do they need to surrender? Okay, so we got surrender to inner peace. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet, meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. I feel like some of you are on this thing where you feel like you're not in, you don't have that inner silence or inner guidance system. You're not connecting with your intuition. Sorry, my turtles have been fighting, so excuse me. You have been you haven't been able to find that quiet space. You haven't been able to quiet your mind, get into a meditative or a prayer state. I feel like in the month of September, you need to really go within and find out what it is that you need to have peace within. If you have inner peace, then that will reflect in the world around you. It says surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So for some of you, y'all have to have the last word. You have to always be right. You always got to prove your point. It always has to be your way or the highway. You want to convince somebody to see things your way. Even if they don't, you don't allow people to have their own opinions. If they don't want to, if other people have their own opinions, let them have their opinions. Not everyone is going to agree with you, and you're not going to always be right. And even if you are right, and they are, whoever you're speaking to or the situation is not supportive of you being right, sometimes it's just okay to be like, you know what, you got it. I'm sorry, I'm so paranoid. Like, my big turtle just attacked my baby turtle right here. This big turtle right here just attacked my baby turtle. And I had to break them apart. My baby got teeth marks in his shell. I had to put some turtle fix in there. I'm sorry, y'all. I know this is off, but I'm so paranoid about my poor baby. Okay. Surrender the need to be right. Always being right does not make you right. Sometimes, you can be, what's the word? It's more like you are bound and determined to be right even if you're wrong. Sometimes, it's okay to be wrong. You don't have to be right all the time. Be yielding, not rigid. So that means if someone doesn't agree with you, does not mean you always have to persuade them to see things your way. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. I feel like since there's a lot of blue and indigo here, I think it's about seeing your outside world in a different view, changing your perspective, not moving from a fear-based perspective or attitude towards things, but more so of a love-based, a compassionate based, one that is integrated with wisdom, knowledge, love, and compassion, authenticity. A lot of times we operate out of the ego because we are used to those coping mechanisms that have gotten us through thus far. But September is a month of change. We're out of Mercury retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. So you need to, it's all about course correction. And when you find that inner peace, surrender the need to always be right and surrender your ego. Your ego is going to be the one that is, your ego has two faces. It's your warning system and it's also your intuition. So, your fear. So it could be like your spidey sense, whereas you have encountered a certain situation or a certain vibe or a certain feeling before, and it's like that's a no-no. So it's going to tell you not to do that, because the last time you had this feeling or had this type of interaction or anything similar to this, it did not turn out well for you. That does not mean it will not turn out well for you now. Your ego is telling you no, don't do it, because it's fear. But if you're operating out of authenticity, out of your higher self, not your ego, you will see that not everything is always the same. The energy that you put onto it, the perspective that you put on it, the spin that you put on it in your mind, the way your mind clicks, the way your heart clicks, the way you see things with your third eye, helps you to let go of being in this fight or flight type of energy. And that's what your ego puts you in, fight or flight. Either you're gonna fight it out, duke it out, or you're gonna dip set. That means you're not gonna do it. Okay? It says surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that do not serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. A lot of you are in toxic relationships. And when I say toxic relationships, they don't always have to be romantic. This could be our toxic relationship with food, drugs, alcohol, work. Some people are workaholics. You know what I mean? Some people are people pleasers. You know, so you have built an attachment to people have attached to you based on an unhealthy pattern within yourself. Because you're a people pleaser, people are drawn to you because you do for them, right? You're always there for them, even at the detriment of your own self. If you surrender these unhealthy relationships and take stock of each relationship that you have, is it giving? Is it loving? Is it supportive? Okay? If it's not, and these people are unavailable and they're only there when they need you and not when you need them, then you need to reevaluate these relationships. Toxic relationships, situationships. If you're in a relationship, a romantic relationship, and it's not going anywhere, you and your partner have grown apart, you don't see eye to eye, you can't speak, you don't have any communication, there's no intimacy, there's no compassion, there's nothing there to keep the spark going, you need to end it. Okay? Think of yourself and what's going to help you get to this inner peace. Some of you, these toxic relationships and the need to be right within these relationships is stifling your inner peace, silencing it almost. Okay? Surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poison you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. I hope that's not too low. I got my meditation music playing. Where did they go? Sorry, guys. Hold on. Where's Blueberry? Okay. She doesn't have Blueberry. Blueberry's safe. Okay. So between surrender the need to always be right and surrender your ego. I'm so sorry, y'all, about the interruptions about my turtles, but it's been a morning. You just don't understand. Okay. So between surrendering the need to always be right and the surrendering your ego, we got surrender resentments. So I feel like your need to be right and your ego are holding on to resentments, holding on to people's past betrayals, past failures when they weren't operating in their highest vibration, or even if they're not even on their journey and you are seeing certain things that you don't like. Holding on to those resentments is staying in that ego-based pattern. You want to get out of that. So release those resentments. And forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. It's so that you can move on and not hold on to this poison in your system. Because as long as you're holding on to regrets and fear and just being anxious, things like that nature, being betrayed, feeling like people have let you down, your expectations of others have not been met, so now your need to be right is in question, because now you're questioning your ability to choose people, your discernment when it comes to character, things of that nature, making you right all the time. Sometimes you're not right, and sometimes people are just there to teach you a lesson of some sort, whether it be good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Okay? Can we get some clarification, please, for surrender to inner peace? Surrender to inner peace, please, Spirit. What clarification do you have for surrender to inner peace? I'm hearing flow state. You need to start practicing being in a flow state where you drop everything, all the things of the day, all of the things that you need to do, all of the people that are depending on you, all of these projects that are due, bills that are due, other people's problems, things like that. Ixnay that. Like, let that go and get into a flow state. Can I get a card, please? Dang. I said a card, not all of these. Oh, okay, I guess I did. And we got the 9 of Clubs. The 9 of Clubs is all about you finding a new admirer or opportunities, warning against stubbornness. So I feel like being stubborn, that's keeping you in your ego. And in order to get to this place of inner peace, you need to not be so rigid in your thinking and in your approach to loving yourself and what you need to feel safe, secure, and at peace within your body, within your skin, within your environment. Okay? There also could be a new admirer. So this is, for me, the new admirer will be you admiring yourself. You falling in love with yourself again. You learning who you are wholeheartedly and being unapologetically you. This is going to bring in the opportunities that you need to further your goals, to get out of always being right, to not always take things so personally, to not be in this place of judgment, sitting in judgment of others. Okay? Surrender your need to always be right. What do you have for me here, Spirit? Surrender your need to always be right. Can I get a clarification, please, Spirit? And with these, surrender to inner peace and surrender your need to always be right, there's that yellow, orange, so that is your sacral and solar plexus. That needs to be worked on with that. Can I get one for surrender? No. Thank you. We got the 7 of Hearts. The 7 of Hearts is all about broken promises. So the surrender the need to be right is all about the broken promises that you've had. You want to be right all the time, but it's think about the things that you want to be right about. Do you want to be right about somebody being inconsistent? Because this is what it's telling me. Broken promises. Surrender your need to be right. Broken promises, betrayal, lies, somebody being false. And then you feel like, oh, well, now I was right. I always knew that. Blah, 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 blah. Be careful about where you put your energy. Be careful about where you direct your thoughts and what you focus on. No. Okay? Be careful about that. And what promises are you breaking to yourself? Not just to other people, but if you are in this thing where you need to be right all the time, this conflict resolution is not going to work because you already going into it thinking that they're thinking some negativity. So that's what's gonna present itself. So what do you need to be right about, and why? Surrender that. It's not going to help you in the long run. And then you're going to be subjected to broken promises, because people are not going to want to confide in you. People are not going to want to be truthful with you. People are going to always see you as someone that is being pushy, you know? You're trying to force your views and opinions onto them. And everyone has a right to their own opinion. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Okay? What can I get for surrender your ego, please? Is there a clarifier for surrender your ego? Okay. Okay, we got two. We got the 3 and the 4 of spades. The 3 of spades is trouble in relationships, infidelity. And the 4 is illness and broken promises. So we got broken promises twice. Okay? So you need to surrender your ego. With the trouble in relationships and infidelity, I kind of feel like this is you always looking at the negative side of things instead of looking at the positive. If your ego is, if you're in a relationship and all you do is, you know, wish for the best but expect the worst, you're going to get the worst. You're going to get those broken promises. You're going to get this feeling of being used or taken for granted. Okay? Surrender that fear-based part of your ego and step into your higher self, your more authentic self. Close that gap, and you will see that your fears are not valid. And if they are valid, this is telling you to make a different decision. Not to stay in, because a lot of people stay in relationships that are not healthy. Again, surrender unhealthy relationships. Some of you are in unhealthy relationships and you don't even realize it, because you're on autopilot thinking that, oh, if I just do this better, if I'm just that type of person, and you try and twist and contort yourself to mold yourself into being somebody that they need you to be. And once you've done that, you've lost yourself and you no longer know who you are. That is a toxic relationship, because you are losing yourself in it. You don't go in. My grandmother told me something very when I was young, and I didn't understand until I got older. But she said, if you get into a relationship, if that person doesn't change from who they are from that moment that you have met them, can you still be with them? If they never change, you don't go into relationships thinking that you can change people. You will be sadly disappointed every time. Every time. Surrender unhealthy relationships, please. God dang. That's way too many. Not taking off. Surrender unhealthy relationships. This surrender unhealthy relationships is kind of icky. It's kind of like somebody's playing you, but you're not seeing it because you are too in love with the idea of the relationship, the idea of the person that you have. They're not who they say they are, and it's very toxic. It's very oppressive. It's very daunting at best, because I feel like whoever this is, you got the Jack of Clubs, okay? And the Jack of Clubs is a reliable and trusted dark-haired friend. So you have a reliable and trusted person that is on your side that have been telling you that you're in an abusive relationship. And now when I say abusive, it doesn't necessarily mean physical. It can be emotional. It can be spiritual. It can be emotional. It doesn't always have to be physical. And sometimes these non-physical abusive relationships, those scars run deep and last way longer than the physical, because the physical will heal. But these emotional, spiritual, intellectual, financial abuse, they leave scars that you don't see. And that's how you know that this is a toxic relationship. You got a dark-haired friend, somebody with dark-colored hair that has been on your team letting you know, hey, you're in a toxic relationship. You're in an abusive relationship. You're in a relationship that is not good for you. This person is killing your light. They're dimming your spirit. They are putting you in a place where you are no longer who you are. Okay? So in the month of September, listen to your friends. Look out for broken promises to yourself and to others, and others that make them to you. Surrender resentment. We got the 2 of diamonds. The 2 of diamonds is disapproval of a relationship or an affair. Resentment. Surrender resentments about a relationship or an affair. I feel like for the month of September, the surrender has to do with your relationships, your interpersonal relationships, your romantic relationships, the relationships that you have with your family members, your co-workers, those people that are in your environment. How do you interact with them? Are these relationships conducive to healing and uplifting you? Or are they putting you in a place of sorrow and regret and depression and anxiety, feeling abandoned and alone, betrayed, just not fulfilled? If that is the case and you're giving more than you're receiving in your relationships, you need to reevaluate these relationships. Okay? You need to reevaluate the relationships. I'm only going to use half of my Gilded Spellcaster's Master Deck. Can I get 3 cards about this surrender reading, please? Can I get 3 cards about this surrender reading? Okay, I got 5. Well, that's as many cards as I got on the board. Surrender, inner peace. You got the 10 of swords, 10 of wands. That is a burden. That is picking up the pieces and deciding whether you're going to let this define you, or if you're going to take the pieces and build something new. I kind of feel like with this surrender to inner peace, you're in this place of carrying this burden that you've been weighing on you for so long, that now you're in this place where, do I want to go back to where I was, or do I want to move out of this situation and find that inner peace within me? What within me is going to give me that peace? Knowing that peace, happiness, and love is not an external thing. It's something that you give to yourself. And once you give it to yourself unconditionally, the universe brings it to you in your external environment. Okay? And with the 9 of clubs, a new admirer, opportunities, warnings against stubbornness. So it's telling you, don't be stubborn in this endeavor of finding this inner peace. You must understand what makes you happy, what brings you peace, outside of any external stimuli. This is an internal journey. Okay? Surrender the need to always be right. With the 7 of hearts and the Ace of cups. With the 7 of hearts, this is broken promises. But with the Ace of cups, this is ultimate love. This is unconditional love and happiness. So for me, it's always, you don't need to be right about everything. You don't always have to have the end all that be all with any one thing or any one situation. I feel that you need to have unconditional love with yourself, so therefore you don't feel like you're always in this defensive mode where you feel like you always have to defend yourself, and there is your need to always be right. Okay? We got the Magician with surrender your ego with the 3 of spades and the 4 of spades. The Magician is all about using everything in your surroundings, everything in your environment to manipulate the energy around you. It is all about manipulation. The magician is all about manipulation, because you think about it. The magician uses his tools. It uses his tools. It uses the energy around them. They use themselves. They use their higher selves. They use their consciousness. They use everything that is at their disposal to manipulate the energy for their manifestations, for their spells, to perform magic, to change, to make change. Okay? With surrender the ego, with the 6 and with the 3 and the 4 of spades, this is telling you that the promises that you make yourself are the promises that you make to the universe. So if you break the promises to yourself, that means you're breaking promises to the universe. If you break promises to the universe, then the universe is going to send you that same shit back. Okay? So surrendering your ego, getting to a place of being secure in your being, securing in who you are, knowing that you have everything that you need, and that you are everything that you need. There's nothing outside of you that can make you more than you already are, because you were born, you came into this existence already perfect, already having everything that you need to navigate through this journey of life. Okay? The ego stems from past life and present life karma and things, trauma, patterns, cycles, indoctrination, conditioning, programming. But the magician, your authentic, your highest self, that soul energy that you came into this existence with, is pure. You can use it to help you get past those things that are blocking you from serenity, from peace, from authenticity, from taking dominion over your happiness, over your life, over your finances, over your relationships, over your personal and spiritual growth and development. Okay? Surrender unhealthy relationships with the Jack of Clubs, which is that friend that has been warning you. We got the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is fighting laying down your burdens so that you can keep fighting. I know that things have been daunting. Unhealthy relationships can drain you in more ways than one. They can drain you emotionally. They can drain you spiritually. They can drain you financially. They can drain you intellectually, because you are using every part of your 5 senses and multi-sensory faculties to combat all of this negative energy, and to stay in this relationship. And you're being constantly bombarded with it. And especially if you live with them, sleep with them, cohabitate with them, you are being constantly bombarded with their negativity, their toxicity, with their anger, with their possession, with their possessiveness, with their suppressiveness, with their oppression. They're continually bombarded with that. So you're at this place now where you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm too tired to fight. I'm too tired to go on. What do I do? You got this wolf here. This wolf is your this is your friend that is there to tell you that it's going to be all right. You are supported in your decision to move forward. This is the people that you're surrounding yourself with that are positive. Surrounding yourself with positive people that are going to deliver you happiness, that are going to deliver you out of your misery, that are going to show you that not all these relationships that you're in are toxic, that you do have people that love you unconditionally and truly, as you should truly love yourself. Because once you get to this place of unconditional love within yourself, you're going to see that you are no longer going to accept people that are toxic and draining your energy. You're just not going to tolerate it. Okay? And for surrender resentments with the 2 of Diamonds and the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very, very resourceful. She's very reliable. She's very, what's the word? Committed to what she is doing. Yeah, she's all about her coin. So this could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. This is the Earth sign, okay? I also feel like with this 2 of Diamonds, which is broken promises, The promises that you've been making, these resentments that you feel are because of the broken promises that people have made to you, that you feel like God has made to you, the universe has made to you, that have not come into fruition. So you are no longer relying on your intuition. You are no longer relying on the fact that forgiveness works. You are doing forgiveness wrong. If you're forgiving people or situations or even yourself and expecting it to be for their benefit, you're doing it wrong. Forgiveness is for your benefit. So forgive yourself. Stop resenting yourself for decisions that you've made, for actions that you've taken, for thoughts that you've had, for people that you've given your power away to. Stop resenting yourself. Stop resenting the things that did not necessarily go your way, and use them as change your perspective. Instead of looking at it as something that you resent, look at it as a stepping stone, a building block, something that is going to help you further on down the line. Okay? Be in that mind frame of growth. You want to have goals. You want to make them realistic. You know what I'm saying? You want to be organized in your thoughts and your processes to get the things done that you need to be done. Even if it's clearing blockages out of your energy, out of your body. Because once you clear blockages out of your energy field, you then work on the physical. Remember, your metaphysical energy is fluid. Your physical energy is dense, so therefore it is harder to move it. Good ways to move blockages: dancing, singing, and spiritual baths. Go stand in the rain. Hug a tree. Ground yourself. And tune in. When you find that inner peace, you build a new outlook. You build a new foundation. You can't build a new foundation on quicksand. You have to change locations to firm, stable ground. And that's the same thing with your personal growth, your spiritual development, and your outlook on life. So for the month of September, surrender the fact that you need to be right. Surrender to your inner peace. Find that inner peace. Surrender your ego. Surrender unhealthy, toxic relationships, and surrender resentment. When you surrender all of these things, you come to a place of wholeness and oneness, and you start to see that the effects that all of these things have had on you, the burden that it's been, the weight that it's been heavy, y'all. Y'all want to be fluid. You want to be fluid no matter what the situation is. You don't want your energy to dip with the situation. Your external should not dictate your internal. Your external landscape should not dictate your internal landscape. Your internal landscape should be pure. It should be peaceful. You should feel supported. You should know where and how your energy works. So therefore, no one can come in and take you out of your character, take you out of your space, take you out of yourself. They can't drain your energy. They can't put an anomaly on your frequency, any of that. Because you found your inner peace. You know how to get to that sacred space within. And that's all surrender is. Surrender. Cease resistance to an enemy or an opponent and submit to their authority. To give in. Give in to spirit. Give in to your spirit guides. Give in to that inner peace. Give in to your most authentic self. Get out of the ego. Okay? Yield all of your yield all of your fear, yield all of your anger, yield all of your anxiety, yield all of your what is it? Envy, and all of those things. All those low vibrational energies, surrender them so that you can become peaceful within. You can hear your inner truth, your inner guidance, your higher self, your most authentic self. The month of September is going to be very life-changing for a lot of us in humanity right now. September is a changing point. I'm feeling like the earth is shifting on its axis almost for a lot of us. Okay? Some things are going to, some of you are going to have tower moments, but don't let them discourage you. They are meant to happen to clear the way. Some of y'all foundations are not sturdy and they will crumble. Some of your foundations are not stable and they will crumble in the month of September. Because you will not go into next year with the lies that you've been telling yourself. You will not go into 2025 thinking that everything has to be one way. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and that is physically, metaphysically, spiritually, mentally. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You just got to find the way that works for you. And it starts with surrender. It starts with submitting to your higher self. It starts with being your most authentic self. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Okay? Ooh. Low FSP. I don't know what that means. All right. And I think... Okay, can I get some information to help them best navigate through surrendering for the month of September? What will help the collective surrender to these things in the month of September? What does the collective need to surrender in the month of September? What does the collective need? You got the Star card and the Ace of Cups. This is healing energy, okay? There is healing energy. Inspiration, okay? Inspiration, healing, unconditional love, ultimate happiness, an abundance of healing is going to be coming towards you to help you surrender for the month of September. If you have not gotten to the point where you are able to do shadow work, you need to do the shadow work. The shadow work is going to help you heal. The shadow work is going to help you get out of that self-imposed imprisonment of the mind, that monkey mind, that roller coaster, those reoccurring memories that don't serve you. Those things that you resent about yourself, the things that you've done in your past, the people that you've allowed to take your power, all of these things. This unconditional love and this celestial healing is going to come in to aid you. Maybe some of you need to call on your angels, your ancestors, Archangel Raphael. Cryon is good for healing. Okay? So for the month of September, you're going to get divine cosmic healing to come into this place of unconditional love so that you can make the changes that you need to make so that you can move forward in your journey, so you can move forward in your opportunities, so that you can create opportunities, so that you can create opportunities for yourself and others, so that you can clear out all negativity, all blocks and things like that to prepare you for next year. Those of you that have gone through it this year and this year has been crappy or tough, because they said it was going to be a blackout year, and boy has it ever. It has been a blackout year. Next year will be better. Do the work. The phases. This is a phase that is coming to an end. Okay? This is a phase that is coming to an end. Okay, I'm going to pull a Spirit Junkie Oracle card and a Rebel Oracle card, and then I'm going to be out of here, guys. I hope this message finds you well and gives you the strength, confidence, and courage you need to face your fears and to do the hard work. Look, y'all, I'm going to tell you something right now. As a certified spiritual transformation coach, I see this all the time with my clients. When you start going through this healing process, you always look for validation outside of yourself. When you're on a spiritual journey, this is a personal journey. This is something that is indicative and unique to you, your soul, your purpose, your energy. Okay? I'm going to pull a card from the Rebel deck and Spirit Junkie, and we are out of 5,000. I thank you very much. I thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages for the collective for the month of September. Thank you so much for these surrender readings. Can you give me one card from the Rebel deck that will help them for that they need to know? Whoa. That shit went flying. It says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Don't believe every shitty thought that you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. Remember, everything begins with a thought. So if your thoughts are not pure, your emotions are not pure. If your emotions are not pure, your actions are not pure. If your actions are not pure, then your reality is a delusion. Okay? Spirit Junkie, and we gone. Thank you, Spirit. It says, I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. That's that unconditional love. If you can see yourself and others, then you have connected to the energy of oneness, the energy of the all. And this is what is going to connect you and help you feel supported while you're going through this dark night of the soul, feeling like, people have betrayed you, let you down, you've let yourself down, whatever the case may be. However your life goes, I don't know your problems. But this will open you up, open your heart chakra so that you can feel the unconditional love and find that inner peace that you need to be your most authentic self. All right? I love you guys. I hope that this message finds you well. Personal readings are available. All that information is in the description box. Paper Bell, Facebook, hit the book button. And you can book personal readings. I am opening spell work back up, so if you need a candle spell done or any type of other spells, let me know. Send me a DM. I'll send you the price list, whatever case may have you. I also have spiritual transformation coaching sessions available as well. You can book those on my Facebook or Paper Bell page as well. I have individual sessions, like 1 session prices. I also have 4 months and 6 months and 12 months programs. So you just choose what best fits your budget and your time. And yeah, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all of my platforms: Facebook, IG, YouTube, and TikTok. Black Moon Goddess Intuition or Black Moon Goddess. On YouTube, it is the Black Moon Butterfly Effect. All right, guys. I love you. You guys have a great weekend. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. Peace.